All right. We're here with the historic Pauper event. Look at that. I'm going to play as many decks as I can out of this thing. So I'm starting with this. I really like Tolarian Terror. That hasn't changed. I think it's probably still good. I don't know. I was sifting through the new sets since the last time Pauper's been around, and there's some pretty neat stuff going on, I guess, that wasn't last time. I'm doing an energy thing, right? You got Galvanic Discharge and Aether Spike as your energy payoffs. Not really that exciting. Galvanic Discharge is pretty good, but the rest of this is not amazing. I'm coming to the conclusion that maybe Moon Circuit Hacker is fine in a Tolarian Terror deck, right? Like, I can pick up Tolarian Terror. It is a 1 mana 5/5. Well, I'd like it to be, usually. So that's kind of interesting. And then I have this as well to sometimes pick it up, right? Or pick this up and ninjutsu off this. Not a lot of red sources, but not a lot of red cards. But we have Lorien Revealed, so it's just another way to find a red source off of an island cycle, because this is an island. That's kind of neat. 2 treasure cruises, because I don't want to get rid of my whole graveyard and then not be able to cast Tolarian Terrors that many times and then feel bad about it. But as it stands, I'm not super enthralled with this, but it's a good starting point, and as you know, I I come in and change the deck a lot as we play. So this is what it looks like to start. Like, comment, subscribe, send it. Okay, on the draw with a consider. This is fine. That's a Tranquil Thicket. That's a ramp spell. That is not a land, and it's another red spell, so... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm gonna probably counter anything before I, like, can't do that. Okay. These do pick each other up, so I got that going for it. But I think I'm gonna get hit by a big green spell, so I can't... yep. Alright, well, I don't have a choice. I need to actually, like, play Magic. That's... neither of those are exciting, so... Let's get rid of one of these. That's just a 4/4 haste with Toxic 3. Interesting. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna keep both of these? No, we probably just need one of them. And I don't even know if I need one of them, but... And now I leave up Aether Spike? It doesn't counter what I know about, so it's probably best to just not take a repeating 4. Alright, looks like it worked out. So if they block all out, I'm not going to be a happy person. I think we're going to just do this. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm banking on these Tolarian Terrors kind of just stonewalling them for a while. Technically, we would deck out first. I don't have any flying, so I might have to really bash through all of this, but it's not impossible. That was a pretty good draw. I needed some energy here. Though I struggled to pick this card up, and as it stands, I think I can wait a turn? Let's see, if I swing and they mass block... I have another Tolarian Terror. No, we can wait. I think we can wait, and I probably should. Their nerf to Galvanic Discharge is actually really bad. It's kind of really bad. I can trade, so I will. I'll just swing all out. They're probably going to double block Tolarian Terror. In fact, that'd be kind of insane if they don't. Alright, they didn't. Kind of nuts to me, but I did sign up to do this, and I'm not totally against it, so... I really thought they'd block differently. I can wait till after combat to see what I want to do with this relay. Discharge, I mean. Both of these are fine. I can just have both to discount my terrors. You know what? I should have put him in the opposite order. Yeah, okay. I should have put him in the opposite order. That's my bad. That is my bad. Alright. Sending them. Look at that. Triple terror. Half my deck. Yeah. Alright, so... even... that's probably a hard line to see, that all-out attack, right? But if they... there's no super devastating block, really. I'm kind of surprised they took the value block, but it probably makes sense because of the cards you've seen, right? You don't want to get blown out or anything, so I guess it makes sense. Another on the draw hand with 2 lands. Alright, this is... it's alright. I like it. I don't hate it. I'll get that red source in play early here. Alright, this is a good sign. Alright, we made it untapped with nothing in play. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, it's just the hexproof deck. Seen this countless times. Like, super countless times. Yeah. That's an interesting one. I'm gonna go ahead and just cycle this for an island. I don't really need more red sources, or it's not super common that I need more red sources. And I feel as though it's very incorrect to just windmill slam this card. So I'm going to do literally nothing. That's what I'm going to do. Looks like they have a green protection spell. Kind of annoying. Sentinelize. Does that fundamentally change anything? Not enough that I want to make a move about it, so nope. If this is all my opponent's doing, I win this. This is not enough to kill me. It does look like protection spells, though. It's a good idea to take lands, but it's also a good idea to find other things, and I guess I drew a land anyways. That would make me want to have a second red source, but not the end of the world. I could run Snowlands and make this an instant. I really could do that. I'm so tired of the Snowlands. I'm so tired of them. Well, opponent, this 2 damage a turn, I'm not sold on it. Heliod's Pilgrim. So that will tutor up a problem for me. But I'm willing to let it do that. And then we can Galvanic Relay, excuse me, this, because I don't imagine they're going to keep this alive. It would be kind of insane for them to try to use their 1 mana to keep that alive. And this just discounts the... Actually, I mean, we can just counter the protection spell. I could just do that. And given the game I'm playing, the matchup, I'm going to try to discard this Strangle for something. That is literally the best thing that could have happened. Man, I'm really liking these MH3 energy cards. Liking them so far. Okay, that's the worst thing that could have happened. They top-decked a creature that is unstoppable. Of course they did. Like one of the two hexproof viable options. That was one of my better top decks. I'm drawing like a madman right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose I could just Lorien Revealed. Probably should. Just send it, right? I see nothing to discard. Well, maybe this land, actually. If they give that lifelink, I'm screwed, but they have to, like, do that. Opponent has Vigilance. What are you doing? Okay, my opponent appears to want to leave up a protection spell and block, which means I'm looking for something to make that not a thing. That does not do anything in this matchup. I am willing to draw a discard here because I can ninjutsu the unblocked 5/5. Okay, I probably don't need the land at this point. But the Strangle's not... I don't know. This is fine. I was really looking for a way to stop that stupid protection spell here, but I don't think I'm winning by not swinging. So, okay, my opponent just apparently didn't want to block at all, so you got it. I'm not really sure what all that means, honestly. Okay, that just doesn't do anything. Another Treasure Cruise is alright. Into the Royal is in my deck specifically for this matchup. So I guess that's fine. And I don't think I need more energy. So I'll do that. But yeah, so I can bounce enchantments in combat and really jack up my opponent's decision. These are enchantments. That's why the Ancestral Mask got like stupid huge. Of course, my opponent has a second one. Why wouldn't they? Okay, none of that helps me. I can block for days with these, and then slowly this gets smaller and smaller, but I don't know where that ends up going in the long run. There's a way out of this. Actually, let's just swing with this. They're not going to block it. Oh, wow, they blocked it. Alright, I was kind of hoping these would die, so they can shrink the Ancestral Mask. I did not expect that. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. Enters support 2. This doesn't really do anything, so they put that there so my creature stays around forever. As an enchantment. Makes sense. So if I remove one of these right now, This gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm just blocking with one of these for the turn cycle. I think there's definitely a spell in hand that might jack everything up for me. So I'm gonna just not let that exist. And it's looking like these Moon Circuit hackers are now an actual detriment to my strategy, so... Or me winning, rather. I think I can, now what? I could just play it. I probably will just play it, actually. Because it at least blocks for a turn. And I think that's fine. Do I have the second bounce spell in my deck? I do. Okay. That's not what I wanted. So, let's do some math here. I bounce one of these. This is a 1, and then this is... There's only 2 enchantments in play, so this is +4/+4, 5, 6. So 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7/7. I'm just trying to think if I can actually block it with both my cards. Okay. Hexproof, and that's it. And this will let it trade, and I cannot counter it, so... Alright. I got there. I actually got there. Now I have to find a way to win later. I don't need more lands, I'll use them to get rid of stuff. I don't even know if I have another win condition. Again, not playing lands. Alright, never mind, I found one. That's pretty big. Maybe I should be drawing with this, just to make sure I always hit something to stop their stuff. Well, now it's a 2-turn clock, so... Wow. Look at that, dude. Look at that. This is why I played the Into the Royal. That's why I play it. That's why Into the Royal's in my deck. So I can bounce enchantments and beat the stupid hexproof deck. I actually did it. Look at that. It worked. It actually worked. The first time I played against it, too, since the new Pauper event. And it was the reason I won. Was literally bouncing a permanent instead of unsummoning a creature. Alright, I have the red mana and... I don't know. Artifact stuff has been kind of a nightmare, but I guess we have beaten it. It's not like I'm losing. I'm gonna play this, actually. I'm actually just playing this out. Hope my opponent doesn't have an Omega level creature that I just lose to. I don't care if this dies. Oh, it died. Okay. Sure. And pass. If this doesn't find a land, Luring Revealed will find the land. I cannot interact with that card. They didn't play a land first either. Oh, of course. Of course. The value. Alright. Show me a land. Nope. Alright, I found a land. I'm not interested in getting rid of the Luring Revealed then. And pass. I suppose at this point I would like to find an island. If I don't find one. Another card I can't interact with. The value. Although I probably would have dealt with the first one if I were my opponent first. Like, cracked this first or something. It's a creature. I'm sending it. It's a creature that leaves behind something that replaces itself, so I'm just gonna send it. My opponent has literally no respect for the second copy of Essence Scatter. Sure. Blood Fountain. Alright, so the wheels are a-spinnin'. I have 3 snowlands. This works. I don't need more red, or at least I don't believe I do, so... Blood Fountain is very annoying. I assume this deck is running Tithing Blade, as they all seem to be doing. Let's see if we can't just scam them. That is not a Tithing Blade. So, looking for Tithing Blade, I'm sure. That's not a Tithing Blade. It redraws for Tithing Blade. They can still go land Blood Token Tithing Blade. Okay, that is now not available. They still haven't played a land. Okay, it is available. That makes a treasure. So, land... It has to be untapped, though. Okay, no. Thrabies. I'm gonna block... I'm gonna kill that because it's a 2-turn clock. And I'd like that clock to be 2 turns. I'm moderately incentivized to actually play this land, so I will. That's not Tithing Blade. My opponent gets so many looks. So many looks. They're almost halfway through their deck. Although, to be fair, I'm not too far behind. Oh, I'm actually 6 cards away. Okay, what does that pick up? The synthesizer? I don't know, I would pick up the score, the core, yeah. That's interesting. I don't even have to play this right now, I can go to my turn. Play it right now, though. So, if I draw a burn spell, they're dead. That's not it. I'm going to pick up a Tolarian Terror. Less damage, but again, doesn't really matter. I just want to draw cards. I think that's way more important than, like, not drawing cards. Both of these are alright. I don't think I need Tempest Harvester. Maybe I do. No, we're just going to take the burn spell. The last 3 turns, I mean, right, it's 3 turns in a row, I've just had a lightning bolt sitting in my hand. That has been pretty relevant. Another synthesizer. Alright, opponent. Really churning through the cards. We have protection against Tithing Blade now as well. Alright, so they're gonna do that. Yeah, this makes sense. This is always a thing that could happen as well. Those do have ward. They're not hexproof. They can do it again. It's out of the realm of possibility. They're not dead on board, unfortunately. I mean, you just pick up the synthesizer, right? It doesn't matter what you pick up. Okay, sure. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Alright, 3rd turn in a row. We're just sending a burn spell at a creature here. Also, my microphone might be a little too far from my face. No, it's fine. I'd rather not discard that, but I'm always going to hit them with this. Those are not amazing. Alright, well, I highly doubt the Attune the Narrative is better than the counterspell, so I can only do it for 5 here, which is a little awkward. Only for 5. Synthesizer makes 2/2s as well. They haven't done that yet. I cannot counter this, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can't counter this, but it takes up all of my opponent's mana, so maybe I just do it. Because now they can't stop the 2/2 from hitting them? Alright. Looks like that worked. I could have done it maybe for slightly less, but I don't think my energy count matters anymore. I'm going to assume that's not what this game is about. They finally make a 2/2. But you need slightly more than that. Can you make a second one? Land, synthesizer, crack it. You can make a second one. Okay, that's probably just better. It's got lifelink. Whenever another artifact you control enters, it's +1 end of turn. Alright, I got you. 4th turn in a row. Got the old lightning bolt. Look at that. Would you look at that? Get schmieded, my friend. The schmiedening hath schmiedemed. So I'm not 100% certain what the life gain payoff is. Is it Johnny's Pride made a common? I can't remember. Well, apparently they don't have it. They have some kind of removal spell. Yep. So we must suffer through 3 years of priority. Might actually end up hard casting this. Tolarian Revealed has been phenomenal. Suppose it is right to leave up Essence Scatter and not just lose a game, because I didn't do that. Okay, that's one of the cards that cares about Soul Warden. The 5th land casts Tolarian Revealed, so maybe I actually keep this. This is kind of tough. I'm actually going to keep it. I know it goes against the Treasure Cruise, but I think this is kind of fine. I don't feel like I'm in any immediate rush to do anything compared to like what my opponent... Like, I'm not going to interact with your Soul Wardens. I just interact with the payoff for all the Soul Wardens. You gain life this turn, return a creature graveyard to your hand. Alright, that's very good. That's a cool card. I don't think the 2/2 itself is super crazy, but sure. If you have 2 of them, they technically loop each other? My opponent appears to be severely struggling with targeting their creature in graveyard. I don't know what's going on. Alright, I think I'm going to take the time to Tolarian Revealed. I know my opponent's next turn, basically, already, and this is a good reason to do that. So I can keep the board from only being an issue from the air, which it technically is. But they do have one removal spell at the very least that we know about, but I think we can maybe stabilize. Soul Warden is a problem still. Let's kill this now, before I, like, play cards. Yeah, that's exactly why. And don't feel too motivated to play more Magic, right? We could just Treasure Cruise. No. No, we don't have to we don't have to do that. I probably could have considered, maybe? I don't know what I'm looking for. Like, yeah, I just don't know. Of course, our opponent has the 2nd Courier Bat. Why not? It is the worst thing to see here. I don't have double red either. Oh, you know what? I could have bounced and killed. I could have answered this. But you know what? To be honest, this happening is kind of slow and gives me plenty of time to, like, not worry about it. And they also just didn't trigger it right, so the Courier Bat did not pick up any card. I'm a little confused as to what just happened, but... Alright. They must have messed up their stack order. I was not looking. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't looking. Oh, it's so satisfying to pick up a Tolarian Terror. It just is. I know it looks so weird, but it's so nice to get this through. We like both of these cards, right? So that's fine. Do I play this now? Yeah, of course I did, right? I came here to do it, so I will. And there's not a huge incentive to spend a single mana here. They do have, if they have a removal spell, which I know they do at 2 mana at least, it might be a good idea to bounce my own creature so it doesn't die. Oh look, it's the 3rd courier bat. Talent. Okay, they did it right this time. I need to keep this damage spell for the lol I win card that my opponent's going to cast. Okay, I did find an answer. 1... I'm willing to trade this Moon Circuit with kind of anything, so I'll just send it. Maybe actually using it as a blocker is just better. Maybe that was just better, actually, yeah. Because I don't have the time to do other things here. Okay, let's draw that, get rid of one of these, and hope I don't die. There's a lot of damage in 1/1s when I'm this low. They didn't play this before they played this. That was just damage off the table. Okay, that was I think a royal miscalculation from the opponent. They just missed a damage, which could have mattered. It could have mattered. They should start swinging with the 1/1s, at least the ones that come back as a threat. I think that would make sense, right? Like, they come back as 1/1 flyers, and I'm at 9. Maybe they feel secure in a life gain, but this might be an example of gaining a bunch of... Well, it always is, but gaining a bunch of life doesn't win you the game. Alright, we can pick up the Harvester at this point. Although picking up the Terror is solid for blocking, but eh. But yeah, I think these should have died a few turns ago. More creatures is interesting. I don't think I need the Consider. Although it's basically free. It just gives me, like, for a draw step, a Surveil. Okay. And I will play the second one. I don't have to, honestly. Maybe leaving up this as a kicker is fine. If you kick these, I have absolutely no idea what happens. I think they go back to hand, actually, which is kind of annoying. I think they actually do, because they don't die. That's a terrible thing to kick and bring back to hand, so I guess I'm not playing any spells there. Yeah, that's a little annoying, huh? Okay, that's fine. Oh, I'd love to see this. Alright, sure. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Oh, wait, what's this? That's totally fine. Deadly Riposte. I like it. Yeah, I think they could have maybe utilized these a little bit better, but once you're at this point, it starts to feel really hard to win, right? Gaining life can't win you games on its own. It's not able to do that. You have to do something else. And we answered the one card they had 3 times. So, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. They can loop all their courier bats and block for days. I just don't think that that's super interesting. You know what? Maybe I should have bounced this in response. Maybe I should have done that. Well, I don't think they're blocking with it, so you might as well swing. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I should have bounced this before they targeted it, though. That was a mistake. Alright, apparently that was all it needed for my opponent to concede. I don't know why that was it. The 1/1 in play wasn't doing anything, but I guess it just sealed their fate. I don't know. But yeah, so their only card that cared about life gain was a 3/2 that we had to kill like 4 times because of all the courier bats recurring it. But this is one of the payoffs for gaining life. It's just if you answer the life gain payoff, all of the life gain usually doesn't matter at all. Even against like mono red, you can be at 38, you can be at 52. Your opponent in the mono red deck, right? Best case scenario for you if you're a Soul Warden deck, you still lose, right? They're just gonna keep hitting you, ignore your life gain, and remove the ability for you to have any life gain matters cards like this, and then you just lose, right? This alone is not enough. It just isn't. Johnny's Pridemate stuff is really good, but again, that's one of the life gain matters cards. You have to have them. This hand is a big yikes. Unfortunate. I feel like I just automatically lose if I mulligan to 5. So I won't. When this dies, make a 1/1. Great. Alright, mono red. It's only been the 60th time. Though I don't think I've seen this card before. Okay, I guess. The old Boros charm. I would like to see that happen again. Of course it doesn't. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell... Alright, I'm going to put this out there so I can reasonably use the counter. It's a red deck, it doesn't really... Wow, really? Really? Why? I mean, was that important? Like... Every time I look at Tune the Narrative, I think it's an uncommon for some reason. I don't know, I keep thinking that. It almost feels like an uncommon, but I guess it really isn't. Oh look, it's that again. Every time I've played against Soul Sisters, they've had Soul Warden on turn 1. So it's always had that going for it. Let's see, wait, is this the same opponent? It might be the same opponent. I think it is. Methinks it is. Your turn, this has First Strike, Toxic 1. That is a random card I am not super concerned with, but I won't let it exist. Probably not the greatest counterspell I've ever cast. I will take the time to do this, which means I'm not casting both of these, which is probably fine. This is looking like a Tolarian revealed must-be hardcast kind of game. Actually, to be honest, it usually winds up being that, actually, so... Healer's Hawk. This is, the old... Standard of old, is what that is. So it's toxic and life gain stuff. We've got 2 decks going on. It's like the, event thing where you combine 2 halves of decks. I almost want to keep this. I think I will, and just look deeper. I don't think I want Moon Circuit Hacker, because it's hard to, swing, and it's hard to leave up, and... Alright. So it's a little annoying. Our sequence here is kind of annoying, but... It's not the end of the world. Okay, it's another card I don't really care about. I could just kill the Healer's Hawk. I might want to kill the Healer's Hawk. Alright, we're gonna... Whoop, not with that. We're just gonna kill this. It's just less damage, and my whole next turn is kind of busy, so... But if I didn't have an answer to an actual life gain card matter card, I would probably not have done that. Okay, another random toxic card. My opponent's just playing random cards, I think, but some people just do that, and that's totally okay. It is only commons, though. You don't have to only do this. You can you can play, like, it's easy to craft a bunch of cards for this, right? It's actually incredibly easy. This is one of the better events to get into the game for the few days it's up. So it's pretty easy to craft a bunch of commons. I don't think I'll bounce this if they have a removal spell. This is screaming a removal spell, so that's fine. This is not really that big of a deal. Exile target. Oh, alright, okay. Do we have a learned card? Probably. It's just a 2-1. Alright, that's alright, I guess. Just a 2-1. That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. There's more to this than I thought. Probably gonna not cast these and just pass. I mean, this is a weird looking hand, but I can bounce the token, right? There's merit in that. Can simply bounce the token. I assume my opponent will, you know, cast the token. So, why not? Okay, not the most exciting. I suppose I will hold on to my land now. I don't believe I'd bounce to protect this, but actually, there's an argument to doing that. Maybe I would. Maybe I would. Well, no reason to now. Okay, that makes life easy. Don't think I need an untapped land, so... Oh, wait, you know what? Again, I did not want to actually play the land. I got ahead of myself. I saw, like, value tapped land, and I'm like, oh, yeah, surely. But I clearly don't need it. I didn't have to play that. Not a big deal, but... not playing to my quote-unquote outs. So I actually, in this exact instance, will not swing with this. Sometimes I would, but this is one of those times where I will not. I'd rather just guarantee this turn cycle getting this ninjutsu. Even though this is actually not that exciting. But... okay, that's fine. They have a lot of mana. This is probably one of the few ways to actually get this Aether Spike to work is cast this first. It's a nice sequence thing. So this is a hard counter still. Lose one life, and then it's a 2-2. I will counter anything. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Not super necessary, but you know what? I did it. Okay. Energies of flowing. So I like my whole hand, but this Into the Royal's not that exciting, honestly. Maybe I will just send it on something random. This way I can get through with all of my stuff, and then not have to worry about anything. I'm just gonna send the damage. I'm not gonna leave this up. Ooh, hello. Okay, alright. Let's get rid of the consider. That's fine. Be likey. We have done a good job at keeping a lot of energy up, too. Like, a lot of energy. Especially for having to spend, like, 8 to actually counter something. Spend a lot of energy here. Alright, let's do this first. I'm fine playing a land, a swing. Can this block, it can block anything, alright. My opponent just straight took it. Wow. I like it. Both of these are phenomenal. So, yeah. One. Alright, opponent, good luck. Charge the mines. Alright, they gain some life, but those actually cannot block. So yeah, they're like toxic life gain. That's kind of neat. It looks kind of hard to win the game with all this, but sometimes, I don't know, maybe they've had a good running with it. They're just dead, though. I can just kill both their actual blockers and end the game. So I will. But I don't even... Was that even necessary? Oh, I guess it actually was. Okay, fair enough. Wait, was it? No, it wasn't. I didn't actually have to kill the second one. Okay, so surprisingly, I actually didn't change, like, that much from the start. And if you've seen the other videos of this format I play, I usually change it every, like, 3 games or something. But everything this deck was doing was actually kind of fine. Um, I really liked the Into the Royals to get around or surprise enchantment decks, and then block the enchanted creature with like Tolarian Terror or a couple 2/1s, and then just kill it. And that was really big for that matchup. I actually ended up adding an Into the Royal because of it. I did cave and run Snowlands for the instant speed Strangle. Think that's just something this deck really wants to do. Right, it's kind of annoying. It's actually really annoying. I'd rather not have a bunch of Snowlands, but I ended up running some more red lands as well because it looked a little light on red. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. I've played it in the past. It was really good here. I suppose the energy thing, I haven't really talked about that because it wasn't around last time. The energy package was really, really good. I thought it would not be, but it just was. The 2 mana hard counter, that's basically what this was every time I cast it, alongside Essence Scatter, right? You could probably run Negate or something, or other soft universal counter spells, but you gotta be a little careful. It's not too difficult to simply, pay for the soft counters. This is a format that doesn't usually end on turn 4, or even turn 5, or even turn 6, so... I'm not a big fan of soft counters, which is why I was a little skeptical of Aether Spike going in. But again, I really had a lot of energy. Really did. I could pick these up with ninjutsu and get more energy that way as well. I was thinking about running a card that shuffles my graveyard back into my library, but every time I do that super go long nonsense, it ends up costing me, and they usually are like the weakest cards in your deck, so you never want to draw them till like it matters. And 99% of the games, you don't want to loop your deck for any reason. Even if you're like fine tuning it with treasure cruises, so you're like exiling dumb cards that don't get shuffled in, it still just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But it would be kind of interesting to loop galvanic discharges for days, just because you could build up a bunch of energy if you kept shuffling these back in. So maybe like 1 copy of Devious Cover-Up or something like that. But again, wasn't really necessary. If you're playing a forward-flowing game with your opponent, and you're both playing, the cards off the top of your library and not trying to loop your graveyard, I think you're fine instead of trying to go infinite value ways of things. It just doesn't seem to make sense, at least in this shell. Tolarian Terror definitely has like 5 different shells it can go in. It could just be a mono blue control deck where Tolarian Terror just blocks for you, right? This card is just devastating and you keep shuffling these in, but I'm getting hung up on a different strategy I want to play, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, the energy strategy was really good. I'm very impressed with it. Maybe 1 less land would have been fine, or something like that. Almost 2 less lands, and then it could drop like an Into the Royal and add like another 1 mana spell. I'd go up a Frostbite. Maybe just another random red card that wasn't on my radar that was decent to play. But again, as it stood, this was absolutely solid. I think I only lost 1 game. And it was a long, grindy game, and I lost to an escaping creature I ran out of answers to. So, the infinite value kind of thing did get me in the long run, but I almost beat it. I did almost beat that deck, right? This is borderline legacy. It's just really good. Lorien Revealed is just so good. It's so good. Honestly, all of the 1 mana cycling land cards seem very powerful, and well, this is one of the better ones I would argue, because you can actually cast it and not feel terrible about that. 5 mana, draw 3 at sorcery speed, send it. Totally fine. Right? 1 mana, gets an island, and is also a spell for Tolarian Terror. Send it. Totally fine. But yeah, the Moon Circuit Hacker Tolarian Terror, you don't usually see these in the same deck. This is usually like mono blue tempo nonsense. I've seen it 1,000 times. But when it's with Tolarian Terror, every time I picked up a Tolarian Terror, it was great. I was never upset with doing less damage to my opponent's face, because I'm scrying 2 and drawing 1. I'm getting like a free, what is that? Free Preordain. And that's just better than 3. It's better than lightning bolting your opponent's face, because it's 3 less damage. Preordain is better than lightning bolting face, usually. And if it isn't, well, you don't pick it up and you kill your opponent, right? So, really liked that. But let me know what you thought about this. I'm going to play way more Pauper. I'm not done with this. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.